Hello ladies and gents, and finally welcome back to Dangerously. Yes, as you can see, I am in full colour. I have a new background and loads has changed since I last did a Monkey Island video for you all. So basically, I have been just writing this script for this video essay about what I think the secret of Monkey Island truly is, that I want to get it out before Return to Monkey Island is released, because obviously when that's released, the actual secret itself will be properly revealed, and I think I have a really good take on what it might actually be. So I've been like writing that as much as I can, but I've also been like super busy with life. Like things have just been really busy, lots of work actually, which is a good complaint I suppose, but unfortunately it just has meant that I haven't had a lot of time to do YouTube, and I've really wanted to. But what I've done instead is I've kind of set up this completely new area, and as time goes on I'll reveal a couple of more, pictures and stuff of this area. But for this video we're going to focus on what we're all here for, which is Monkey Island, of course. So I'll talk about that in a minute. But yeah, basically I bought like a new desk, got a new seat, got a new interface for audio, got a new computer, got a Mac Mini basically that this is all running on now, which is great. And I've just got a new setup literally right next to me. You can't see them, but there are two big massive retro Sony CRTs, which is great. But yeah, I'm delighted to be back. We're going to of course be talking and playing The Curse of Monkey Island. So as I usually do every time I start one of these games, I kind of go into it and give a bit of history and a bit of background and a bit about the people who made it and a bit of my own personal history of the game. So as you can see as well, my hair is tied back, so that means we're ready for work. I'm not wearing my hat today, unfortunately, and I do have a Coke Zero, and we are in colour. How weird. I don't know, the lighting just in this area is much better than the lighting in my previous location that I was recording in. But anyway, I'm not going to take too much more of your time explaining, but I'm delighted to be here, and I hope you're excited to play along with me and see The Curse of Monkey Island. So let us start out with a tiny bit of history about the game itself. Now I have a couple of notes here, so I will be looking at them as I go, but I will try to make it as relaxed and chill as I possibly can. So of course, The Curse of Monkey Island was released in November of 1997, and it was only released on Windows 95, which I actually didn't know until I started researching this video. There was no other version of this game on any other platform whatsoever. Super surprising, considering in the 90s, at least a Mac version would have been like a normal thing, especially because it was on CD-ROMs. So it came on 2 compact discs, disc 1 and 2, as you can see there. And also there was no floppy disk version released of any description at the time. I presume largely this was in part to the need for CD-ROM space for all of the voice acting and live music that's in this game. And yeah, you heard that right. This game is the first in the Monkey Island series to have full voice acting as standard. Interestingly as well, it was released with a whole host of languages, with native voice acting as well at the time. Some of them include English, German, Spanish, Italian, and French. Now, I'm not sure if there's any more languages that they did as well, but if anybody does know, let me know down in the comments. But yeah, that's really cool, isn't it? I suppose the Monkey Island games in general always performed better in Europe, so I suppose LucasArts realized that and then actually put time and effort into releasing fairly robust versions of the game with full generally full voice acting in the native language of the country that it was designated for, which I think that's awesome. That's Disney level stuff. Anyway, it runs, of course, in SVGA at 640 by 480 on a fairly heavily evolved version of the SCUM engine, which was, of course, used to run many of the previous LucasArts and Lucasfilm games, graphic adventures. Interestingly, it's actually the last game to appear on the SCUM engine. It was finally abandoned in 1998 in favor of the Lua-based Grime engine. And I myself actually consider Curse to be a bit of a swan song for the SCUM engine, because like a lot of these technologies came together. So obviously iMuse is there. They have Insane Video, which is kind of a compression based system from full motion video that LucasArts developed and used in their games, like Rebel Assault is an example of a game that they used it in. And all of these come together with SCUM in this particular game in a kind of really cool way. Like, it really is, as I said, what I think to be the swan song for the engine, really, I suppose. So, while it wasn't available on any other platform, which still is pretty weird, officially for years, it was actually playable on a plethora of systems thanks to the very, very excellent people over at SCUM VM. Those of you who don't know, SCUM VM is an emulation platform that supports games made with the SCUM engine, and it also has adopted many other point-and-click games from the late 80s and 90s as well, such as like Sierra titles, Revolution Software titles. I think it's even started supporting some 3D titles within that. So I think like Residual VM was the other offshoot of SCUM VM that supported like Grim Fandango and Escape to Monkey Island. And I think they're all supported now on SCUM VM, certainly in a beta form. I don't think there's been an official release yet actually that supports Escape from Monkey Island properly, but I'm sure that'll be with us in no time. As of the time making this video, that's currently the way it is. But finally, Curse of Monkey Island was actually officially released, would you believe, over 20 years later on Mac OS X in 2018. Funnily enough though, they actually just used the emulation platform SCUM VM in order to make the game run. It's now available on GOG, Steam, and many other digital platforms and game outlets basically. So you can actually play it on Mac and Windows now, natively. Well, not natively, but semi-natively, we'll say, which I think is quite awesome. So, kind of who was involved with this game? How did this game get made? How did it even get greenlit? So, as we all know, Monkey Island 2 was released in 1991. And with its release, a few kind of interesting things within the LucasArts company happened. So, Lucasfilm Games, we saw, became LucasArts. And Monkey Island 2, as I said, was the first game released under the LucasArts logo. Now, Ron Gilbert also then as well left the company, left LucasArts right as that game was released pretty much, to go off and form his own company, Humongous Entertainment, basically leaving Monkey Island essentially in limbo. As the game ended on a cliffhanger, as we know, it would mean making a follow-up without Ron at the helm would be kind of unusual and hard, I suppose, really, to try to follow up where that game ended, you know, with the kids at the carnival and the rug being pulled out from under us. So you would have thought that Monkey Island itself was like a really popular and critically acclaimed and did really well from a monetary point of view. But funnily enough, it actually didn't really do as well as people think. It kind of gained a cult following over the years, and that's why it's so well known now. But it certainly didn't sell well as the Sierra titles back in the day. So really, Monkey Island just kind of disappeared for 5 or 6 years, where LucasArts just kind of made other graphic adventures and started to really change up the focus of the company. So like Star Wars games started to get made, and it kind of became more marketing focused, really, I suppose, in a sense. You would logically think that after Full Throttle and Day of the Tentacle, which both Tim Schafer and David Grossman worked on, you would think when LucasArts decided to re-look at Monkey Island, you would think these two guys would logically be the right fit to pick up the baton, and surely they would know enough information from working so closely with Ron in the first two games to be able to tell the true sequel story. But unfortunately, David Grossman left as well shortly after making Day of the Tentacle. And then Tim Schafer did stay a good bit longer. He actually was there during the time that they were making Curse of Monkey Island. But because he made Full Throttle, and that is the best-selling point-and-click game that LucasArts ever released, and was certainly at the time, I'm sure it shipped over 1 million units, which was huge for a graphic adventure from LucasArts at the time. Tim Schafer was kind of basically allowed to do whatever he wanted, and what he did basically then, I would imagine around 1996, was started development on his next game, which obviously turned out to be Grim Fandango. And this leads me to another kind of person who didn't continue on into the next Monkey Island, and his name is Peter Chan, of course, the background artist from Monkey Island 2. So he wasn't involved in the making of Curse in any way. And he would also be, in my opinion, the logical choice to follow up. But I suppose it makes sense that he didn't, because he ended up working largely on Grim Fandango from a conceptual point of view and from a lead artist point of view, I think. So, that really turned out to be kind of one of his magnum opuses along with Tim Schafer. So he obviously didn't have the time, unfortunately, to make the Curse of Monkey Island. So where does that lead us? Where does that leave us with a team of people? So it leaves us with two project leads. One of the first games in the Monkey Island series to have a duo on the team, which kind of worked really, I suppose, a couple of times in the kind of in the history of LucasArts. So if you look at Day of the Tentacle, which was Tim Schafer and David Grossman, kind of makes sense that they would have a dual role project leaders and directors for the Curse of Monkey Island. So basically we had two people. We have Johnathan Ackley and we have Uncle Larry Ahern. Now, he's not my uncle, I'm only joking. My second name is Ahern as well, so I like to joke, and he spells it the same, so I like to joke that Larry is my uncle, but he's not. He's not my uncle. I don't want to be falsely attributing anything to him. So, we haven't really met Johnathan Ackley before in the Monkey Island series, but we have, of course, met Larry Ahern, who has been involved in animation and art in the previous titles. So basically he kind of was the right fit to come along. Interesting thing about these two guys, so Johnathan Ackley comes from a background of programming, so he's really technically minded with computers, and of course Larry Ahern then is very artistic, so he's coming at it from an art standpoint. So I actually think that these two guys were really well chosen for the project. But funnily enough, they actually do have a really good interview, which I will link down below. I have it up in front of me here now on the mixandmojo.com site. And it's only a recent interview. And they did talk about how they actually basically were the second choice. Jane Goodall had the right of first refusal to do Monkey Island 3, because it was actually management that decided that Monkey Island would be the next title that they make. Kind of interesting as well is that it was so long after, so 91 / some of 1990, 91 was kind of the development of Monkey Island 2. And it was out then, and then there was a kind of a big gap, as I said, 5-6 years. So kind of in a way as well, because of all of the old development team had left, Ron Gilbert and co, and none of them were basically involved, except for music, which we'll talk about, of course. But because of that, it kind of actually feels like the first revival of Monkey Island in a way. And I suppose that also kind of informed the art decisions and how the technology had changed in a huge part in 5 or 6 years during the 90s as well. Like, technology was rapidly changing. So let me talk a little more about these two guys. As I said, Johnathan Ackley was project lead, director, some writing, and obviously I would imagine some conceptual work as well. And of course, Larry Ahern was art and animation director. He was the head of the art department, basically overseeing it all. And he also had a big role to play in the conceptual art phase, with some other people who I'll talk about in a minute. But basically then we had Mark Overney. Now, I've never heard of Mark. This is the first time I've heard of Mark Overney, but he was the lead animator on this project. And he's had kind of a bit of a career behind him. He's worked on movies and he's worked on video games and things like that. And he still is working today on movies, on animation and stuff like that. So, yeah, Mark Overney. Again, it was the first time I'd heard about him. But yes, he was involved in the animation department in this game. So next we've got a really interesting character, a guy called Bill Tiller, or William Tiller. So this guy basically was the lead background artist. And I think, like Peter Chan and Mark Ferrari before him, I think you can really thank Bill for the way that this game looks. Like, he really came up with how things should look in the game. I'm going to show you some kind of interesting conceptual art and stuff here. So during the conceptual phase, we had basically Larry Ahern, Steve Purcell, and a bit of Ken Macklin as well, a guy that I haven't talked about before. He used to do the box art. He did the box art particularly for Maniac Mansion. Ken Macklin and, of course, Bill Tiller there up the top were all involved in conceptual phase. And they said that image that you just see there was the image that, when Bill finished it, he showed it to Larry Ahern and Johnathan Ackley, and those guys basically knew they knew that's what the look that we want to go for. Of course, there as well we see A Vampire Story was actually also one of Bill Tiller's games after he left LucasArts, because Bill Tiller basically became a game designer then and started making his own point-and-clicks. Bill Tiller is like a really interesting guy because he's said some kind of very interesting stuff about the Monkey Island series over the years, like on the record, if that makes sense. So yeah, I'll be coming back to him when I finally get this bigger video about this essay video about the secret of Monkey Island and what it actually is out. He kind of has said some very interesting things over the years. But he's a cool guy and he makes some interesting games. A Vampire Story is definitely very cool, well worth checking out. And as you can see by that conceptual art that's flying by in the screen, like, it's very cartoony. It's kind of got a Disney vibe to it. It's like distorted angles, not really many straight lines, and of course, as you can see there in the background, you've got those wispy, swirly clouds. Like, a lot of people love Curse of Monkey Island and they love how it looks, and many people as well really think this is the point in the series where the game jumped the shark. Guybrush there, as we can see, looks completely different. And a lot of people were not happy about that. Although, when I kind of was researching and looking back on this, I don't actually think that people at the time really had as strong opinions as they do now, because we didn't really have social media and the internet in the way we do. And so, in a way, the game developers were kind of shielded from that. I know personally I do love the art style, and I'll talk more about when I first played it, but like, when I first played it, I saw the art style, I saw how Guybrush looked, and I was like, oh, he looks completely different. But like, it was very quickly that I kind of just accepted it, and I really loved the background art, and you know, the characters are all so zany and interesting, and as you can see there anyway, very cool art style. And I don't think I've really seen it replicated since. The only game I can think of that comes close, but not at the level of detail, is a game series called Deponia. If you've ever played it, it's another point-and-click game series. Anyway, so we're going to continue on with the team there. Bill Tiller, interesting guy, definitely worth checking out some of his games. The Ghosts of Voodoo Island is another one, which is quite similar to Monkey Island as well. And Duke something, I don't know what it is off the top of my head, but it's another piratey kind of base game. I think he's currently in the midst of making a Vampire Story 2 as well. So they're definitely worth checking out. But yes, as I said, Bill Tiller is responsible for the artwork in this particular game. So next on the team, we have, of course, series mainstay, musician Michael Zeeland, wonderful composer. He recently accepted my friend request on Facebook. I actually don't know if it's the real Michael Land, but it has that picture in the profile, so I'm going to take that. And actually only today, just before I made this video, we have Peter McConnell, who also accepted my friend request on Facebook. That's quite funny, I think. I'll have to go for all three. Clint Bajakian as well. So in Michael, we of course had the music composed by him and basically the overseer of the entire music pipeline, I suppose. In this game, the music is definitely, I think, like a highlight of the series. I think it's probably the best the music has ever sounded in the series, because it was the first game where they went, okay, we're not going to do MIDI anymore, we're not going to use MT32, or we're not going to use any sound cards. We're going to go and we're going to have the CD space, because it was only on CD-ROM, and we're going to record live music with a live band and live instruments. And he oversaw all that. We had, of course, Peter McConnell as well, involved in some composition, but mostly he was involved with the iMuse music system along with Michael Land. They kind of developed that together, and I suppose they were overseeing that during this project as well. Funnily enough, I actually didn't know that Clint Bajakian was involved in this game in the same way that he was involved with other LucasArts games at the time, but he actually was involved in the sound mixing and sound design portion of the Curse of Monkey Island, which is quite cool. I always love learning new things. And finally, another series mainstay, we had Mr. Arik Wilmunder on system programming for Scum, of course. I suppose he was overseeing that as well, mostly when Ron Gilbert left, and he was involved in this game in that sense. So that's kind of like your leads, your project leads, your art leads, your art animation leads, your music leads, and your systems leads, basically for the whole game. Now, we did have actually many other people working on this game under all these different people, but like I don't have the time, unfortunately, to go through all these, and I think these are the guys that really kind of led the design of each aspect of the game. So, of course, as I said earlier, this is the first game in the series to have voice acting, fully voice acted from start to finish. Every character has lines of dialogue, and for that you need a voice director. In that role, they found the perfect fit, a guy called Dara O'Farrell. I've only heard really excellent things about Dara. He's supposed to really be able to just get great performances, and he was also involved in the casting decisions. Interestingly enough, with Guybrush, they actually struggled to find the right guy for a long time. Now, in this interview that I have up here, they actually say it. So, Johnathan said, Dara is a pro. We discussed each character, their motivations and their thoughts for what they might sound like, and then he'd go out and come back with audition tapes from all the different actors. Finding Guybrush was the most difficult. We had rejected so many. And then one day Dara came in and said, I've got one more for you. There's this kid and he keeps saying, you don't understand. I am Guybrush. And of course that was Dominic Aramato. And what can I say about Dominic? Like, he is one of the internet's nice guys. He's like a good guy, a really great guy. And he truly loves Monkey Island. Like, when he's saying, I am Guybrush, you don't understand, he really means it, because he is like, he had a huge love and appreciation for these games. And he's an excellent voice actor. I actually think he's quite underrated. He kind of reminds me of kind of like a Bruce Campbell of the voice acting world. You know, Bruce Campbell is an excellent actor, and it's only now people are kind of going, oh, we need to get him in loads of stuff because he's a great guy and he's a great actor, and like he's always good in everything that he's in. In the same way, Dominic Aramato, I don't see him in enough games. Like he needs to be in more. Now he has had a fairly prolific career, but like he should be one of the guys that's been getting all the calls. But yes, Dominic Aramato is an excellent guy. He's always really supportive of the Monkey Island teams that are working on it, and he's always pushing all the promo on Twitter and stuff. He's a great guy, and he's lovely to chat to. I've had a few just small interactions with him over the years on Twitter. Lovely guy, has a really big, seems like a guy that has a really big heart and just really nice. And he's perfectly cast for Guybrush. Like, I remember when I first played The Curse of Monkey Island, I wasn't shocked or anything that there was voice acting. I just went, yeah, that's Guybrush. That's it. I think it's one of the most perfect castings for anything in any medium. So anyway, I'm going to continue on here. Dominic, great guy. I could talk forever about him. So for Elaine, we got Alexandra Boyd. Now she's a British actress or actor, a voice actor. I think she's been in a couple of like things like maybe EastEnders and Coronation Street. I think she's been in other stuff as well. She sounds like a really nice lady from what I've seen again on Twitter, and she expertly plays Elaine. Like she is the perfect foil to Dominic Armato's dry but like youthful Guybrush, and she's just like, you know, she's quite, there's a poshness, but there's also kind of like a ruggedness that she's able to kick ass and take names, just like Elaine Marley really is. So one of the most interesting castings, and for some of you might not know this, but so LeChuck, who are you going to get to play the villain of the story? Well, they got Peter Silverman from Terminator 1 and 2, and I think he's in 3 as well, or I think there might be like footage of him in 3. Earl Bowen, the actor who plays Peter Silverman, here he is, Earl Bowen. Like, when I remember seeing that and hearing that and going, wait, the asshole doctor from Terminator, the guy who's like mean to Sarah Connor, is LeChuck. That's crazy. And he does an exceptional LeChuck. Really sadly, Earl Bowen isn't returning for Return to Monkey Island. He had retired from acting a couple of years ago. He was actually asked, and he gave the team the blessing to go on and recast him, because I suppose he doesn't want to work in the world anymore. He probably is focusing on family and living his life. It's sad, but I'm sure the person that they'll get to do LeChuck will be great. So we had in the Voodoo Lady, Leilani Jones. Now, this is the first time I heard of her, unfortunately, as well. I haven't come across her before, but there we go. Leilani, and I hope, or it might be Leilani, but Leilani Jones seems like a great choice for the role, in my opinion. We have a new character that's coming into this game, and he's become a fan favourite and a series favourite, I suppose. Of course, I'm not going to talk too much about him now, but we all know he's called Murray, and he's voiced by Denny Delk, who is returning as well to voice Murray again in Return to Monkey Island. And then there are several more voice actors, and you know, I'm sure Dominic done 2 or 3 voices, and Denny Delk did a few voices. But we also then have Gary Coleman, of all people, is in this game playing Kenny Loudmouth, I think is his name. And it just shows that there's a high standard was set, a high bar was set. And I think they got very lucky with Dominic Aramato. Like, he's an excellent voice actor. And I'm actually going to show you something kind of cool here that exists on the internet. I'm going to just pause this piece of music. Dominic actually has his voice demo tape up online, and you can actually listen to it. So here is some Dominic Aramato audition tape.
So essentially, certain people have decided that we all fall into this dysfunctional category under the label Gen X. Yeah, we used to hate those people. Now we just make fun of them. It's more effective that way. up over there. You got a bogey coming on strong.
I can't see him.
6 o'clock high. Get out of there, man.
Oh, man, he's all over me.
Hang tight, buddy. I'm on my way. Back when I was on the internet, we weren't surfing the web with graphical user interfaces and pretty pictures. It was all text. And we liked it that way.
As you could see, that's up online for you to check out if you want to check it out. He's clearly an excellent voice actor with huge range. Like, you can really hear it, like, in my opinion. That whole thing is like 3 minutes long if you want to check it out. That is all the voice acting that took place in the game, along with the dev team. And honestly, I think they did a really, really exceptionally good job. It came out, and because there wasn't internet, like, it was kind of loved, really, by most people. And it's only in recent years that it's kind of come out that many people who are fans of, like, stringent fans of 1 and 2 kind of don't consider anything after it. And obviously the art, like, we'll play the game and we'll have a look at it and we'll talk about it a bit, but, like, the art is quite staggeringly different, but it's kind of like history repeating itself in a way, because, like, you know, Return to Monkey Island has proven to be so divisive with the art. I think I've come around to the art, like, a good bit. I think I quite like a lot of it so far from what I've seen. I've been kind of staying away from most of the Monkey Island Monday stuff that Ron and David are putting up, like new videos of the game in motion. I kind of don't want to ruin anything else for me. I want to wait to see these screens for the first time when I play it. I didn't originally play the game in 1997 when it came out. In 97 I would have been like 5 years old, so like I didn't really know anything about when games were coming out or that there was even release dates, even though I had played at that point Monkey Island 2 and really loved it. But I didn't get a big box version of it. LucasArts kind of re-released a lot of its games in the early 2000s on a line of on a gaming line called LucasArts Classics, and of course The Curse of Monkey Island was one of those games that were released in those DVD style cases with the purple spine. They're quite nice to look at. I actually have my copy here right next to me, and you know, it still works. You can still use it. It didn't come with a manual, but that's the copy that I played it on originally. And I can't remember whether I played it myself first with the game that I bought, or whether I had played a demo of it first at a friend's house, a friend named Stephen, many years ago, over at his house on one of the many nights that I was introduced to games over there on his PC. I can't remember whether I introduced him to it or whether he introduced me to it. I cannot remember for the life of me. But I do know that I got that copy of the game in a shop now that no longer exists in my hometown. Game, the wonderful Game, the UK-based store brand called Game. And that is actually a picture of the shop that is no longer there. It's now like a Spar or something. And there's a picture of the inside of it. Interestingly enough as well, like, I remember in that building, like the desk there, that was the front desk, you know, and there would be stuff up behind it. But I remember exactly where I first saw The Curse of Monkey Island, and it was right there. That's exactly where it was, on the shelf. It was just sitting there, and I remember seeing it and going, The Curse, what's this? The Curse of Monkey Island? This is another Monkey Island game. And I remember, I think I was there with my sister, and I was just like, I need to buy this. Can I get this, Dad? You know? And it must have been in about 2001, 2 or 3. Not 100% sure. But unfortunately, that store closed in around 2006 or 2007. Very sad, because a lot of my gaming memories come from that building, and it used to just be wall-to-wall games. Interestingly enough as well, I do remember after, because I still hadn't played, I had played Monkey Island 2, and then I bought my copy of Monkey Island 3 and I played that, but I still hadn't actually played Monkey Island 1. And I remember walking into Game, and roughly around the same place in the store up there, I saw the Monkey Island Bounty Pack. Like, look at that, isn't that beautiful? What an eye-catching colour. And of course you got LeChuck on the front of it. And that actually came with The Secret of Monkey Island VGA edition with, I think, CD-ROM music, Monkey Island 2 with CD-ROM music, and Monkey Island 3 with the 2 discs. And it was all packed in. And I remember seeing it, picking it up, and I remember my dad was there and I was like, oh, can we get this? And he was like, no, sure, you have those games already. And I was like, no, but I don't have Monkey Island 1. I can't play Monkey Island 1, please. And unfortunately, we didn't get it. But that bounty pack, I remember, was roughly in the same place in the store at the time. And that would have been easily around, again, like 2000 or 2001. And it's funny to think that like big box games were still even being made in 2000, 2001. And I think the bounty pack came out in 97 or 98. I'm not 100% sure. If anybody does know, let me know in the comments. It'd be very interesting. And so anyway, I went to game. I got my copy of Monkey Island. And I was a very happy camper, as you can see over there. Of course, I'm not holding a copy of The Curse of Monkey Island in my hand there. I'm actually holding a copy of Flight Simulator 2000. But there I am in 1999. I was a delighted child holding a copy of The Curse of Monkey Island. So that's my personal history with the game. I really loved it when I played it first. I was like, it felt right immediately. It felt like it was the game that we all wanted and were going to play. And that's really it, I suppose. There's not much more to say about The Curse of Monkey Island. We have to get to play it now. Now, that was a really long intro. I apologise for that, but look, I'm just back in action. I'm going to now move on to the game. And it's been playing in the background all this time. So literally, when you launch the game, this is what you get first. You're launched straight into this big screen. Funnily enough as well, this is the only other game in the series with a difficulty, two options for difficulty. So you've got The Curse of Monkey Island being a tale of swashbuckling adventure, and you've got The Curse of Monkey Island Mega Monkey being a tale of swashbuckling adventure, but with more puzzles. Now, I am going to be going for the harder version here, but it is quite interesting looking at those easier versions of the game, because they often have a lot less puzzles in them. And some of the puzzles are already like fixed, or there's like not location. There's some locations are gone from the game. I don't think any of the locations are removed, but a lot of the puzzles are just pre-solved in the Curse of Monkey Island Easy Edition, basically. And I think the first time my sister and me played through the game, we played it on the easy one because we couldn't get past a certain puzzle. There's some puzzle where you have to do something with a rowing boat down at a beach. And myself and my friend, like Stephen, who also played this and loved The Curse of Monkey Island as well, we were stuck on that for so long. And we used to just talk about, but how are we going to do it? How are we going to do it? It has been well over 10 years since I've played this game. Maybe 11 years. There are so many screens in this game that I have not seen in that amount of time. Like, they're going to be a sight for sore eyes. When I see certain screens in this game, I'm going to just probably like stop for a moment because I just have to take it all in. I actually don't know whether I'll get stuck on any puzzles, because I can kind of think about a lot of the puzzles in my head, like already. But I hope I do get stuck on something, because it would be nice. And of course, I'm not going to be able to do any voice acting now for the game, because Dominic is going to do all the voice acting for us, and the rest of the cast, of course. Well, here we go. I like this as well. They've got a little animation of a dagger sticking in. It's quite cool. Right, so we're going to watch this opening cutscene, and then we're going to talk a bit more about the game. I always like this little intro. I actually used to talk about this to my friends. I used to quote this actually a bit. The monkeys are listening. Curse of Monkey Island, CMI. Oh, and here, just listen to this music. So here we have the Insane system playing this video, full motion video. It's quite heavily compressed. deep in the Caribbean. Monkey Island. There it is. We're not gonna go there. What was that we just saw? Was that a carnival? I always liked how this game opened. And I never understood it when I was a kid. I was like, I didn't quite understand it until I grew up. Why is he in the middle of the ocean in a bumper car?
Captain's log. Guybrush Threepwood. Lost at sea for days now. I have no crew or navigational instruments. No provisions except a half-eaten corn dog, and unless I find water soon, I'm surely done for. Only the hope of finding my love, Elaine, keeps me going. My quest for the fabulous treasure called Big Whoop has left me in this sorry state. I thought it would bring me fame and glory. Instead, it delivered me into the clutches of my enemy, the zombie pirate LeChuck. I had thwarted his evil plot to marry Elaine, and he was after revenge. Really, really thirsty now. If only I could have a small drink of fresh water, I might have the strength to sail on. Oh, but I know there's nothing but ocean for miles and miles. If I could reach land, I might find water and some food. Fruit, maybe. Something to fight off the scurvy and help me get my strength back. Maybe some bananas. Oh, why do I torture myself like this? I might as well wish for some chicken and a big mug of grog for all the good it'll do me. Oh, my sweet Elaine. Am I cursed to starve here on this ocean without seeing your face just one more time? Am I...
Starring Dominic Aramato as Guybrush Threepwood. Here we go, Bill Tiller, and Maria Bowen and Kathy Hesha. This is definitely one of the best versions of the theme. It has to be. Hyped, doesn't it? Good old Michael, my friend on Facebook. And there he is, Darrow O'Farrell. Finsley and Matt Russell worked on insane animations. Imagine if you were a tester on this game for the first time. That'd be class. Based on characters created by Ron Gilbert.
How many times do I have to tell you, LeChuck, I just don't feel that way about you?
Elaine?
By my congealed blood, you'll learn to love me. Sail with me, and I'll make you queen of the dead.
I can't. I'm washing my hair tonight.
Blast be your hair, woman! Can't you see that this salty old sea corpse pines for your every gentle caress?
You know, I don't think my father would approve of me dating the undead. And you're probably too nice a zombie pirate for me anyway. Let's just be friends instead. LeChuck. You're an evil, foul-smelling, vile, codependent villain, and that's just not what I'm looking for in a romantic relationship right now.
Darn your riddles, you saucy female! What do you mean? Ah! Oh!
You're a bloodthirsty monster who's already kidnapped me once, tortured my friends, and taken from me the only man I ever loved. Guybrush Threepwood.
Ah, how romantic. Ship ahoy!
Threepwood! Fish him out.
Guybrush?
Guybrush Threepwood, by my gangrenous gut, I don't know how you escaped my carnival of the damned, but you won't escape a taste of my blade! Ah! Ooh, the lass has spirity. Throw him in the hold. I'll finish him after the battle. Turn loose the longboats. And prepare the flaming voodoo cannonball.
Ooh. Part 1. The demise of the zombie pirate LeChuck.
I've got to get out of here and help Elaine. If I could only get through this one door, well, then I could easily overpower the armed guards above, slip over the side, and make for the shore.
Quit your mumbling, captive.
Alright, here we are. Now I'm gonna
Blast ye scurvy dogs!
I'm gonna do one thing. I'm going to actually put on both subtitles and the sound. And the reason is because you can play this game without subtitles, obviously, because it's fully voice acted, but the point and click games without the words overhead of the character always felt a bit weird to me for some reason. And it seems right to have subtitles. Although the subtitles don't really look great in the cutscenes. So as we can see, we have full screen 640 by 480 art.
This'll make you rue the day.
Because
Avast you swabs! Prepare for your doom!
this is the only problem with voice acting now. I'm going to be talking over people.
You drink
But I suppose, look, the
water,
subtitles
and
are
your
on.
mother's dress you funny.
So you can, you can see what the characters are saying
Take
at
that!
least. Yes, so they completely overhauled the UI, obviously, because they've had 5 or
Let's
6
see if you
years
can take
of
this.
development in between that. They kind of started to phase out the
reduce your
verbs that used to
rubble.
run across the bottom of the screen here. Kind of back in like 93 or 4, really,
I
to be
feel
honest.
like I could take
the
on
dig
the
doesn't have
world.
like the verbs.
You in the
Full throttle
Your doom be
kind of
at
completely
hand.
dispensed of that, and it actually has a system in place quite similar to Full Throttle. And I remember when I first played this game, I actually found it quite hard
Somehow,
to understand what
I
they
find
wanted.
all this violence
So
desensitizing.
as you can see, the cursor lights up red when it's over something, and it actually says it at the bottom of the screen what it is. So like down here, the cannon restraint rope, or over here, the rope. So it highlights the points on the screen that you can interact with, and then obviously it changes to an arrow if you can go out a direction. But I remember because you have to actually click and hold with this particular system, and it brings up what is called the verb coin, I suppose. Full Throttle, I actually think, had maybe a slightly better implementation of this, because unfortunately the coin, when you click on it, the coin actually covers the object that you're looking at, whereas in Full Throttle there's actually a cutout just at that point in order for you to still be able to see the object. But so what we have is you have to, I'm literally holding down my finger on the left mouse click now, and then you have to kind of you know, move around the mouse you can examine the rope with your eyes of the skull, obviously. You can pick up the rope with the hand, or you can eat the rope. Or, obviously, the parrot can also mean talk to, or chew, or, you know, anything to do with the mouth. So we're going to examine this rope, and then you have to let go on exam.
It's an old, short, frayed rope.
It's an old, short, frayed rope, just as Dominic and Guybrush just said. So yeah, I remember being stuck in this room for actually quite a while as a kid as well. I just like the puzzles were hard, especially when it was first time playing it. I know exactly what I'm supposed to do now in order to get out of this room, but it's just lovely to be back on the first Monkey Island. Like I still think the art holds up. Like it's very Disney animation. It's very like 90s high quality animation, cartoons, that kind of thing. Obviously, there's only like, say, it's probably about 12 frames of animation for the walk cycle kind of thing, but like the character designs and the background art is beautiful. It's beautiful. So let's try pick up this rope.
It's all tangled up in all that debris. I can't pick it up.
But why? What about if I eat them?
I've got enough fiber in my diet already.
So do I, Guybrush. I have way too much fiber these days in my diet. Let's look at the locked door.
It looks pretty sturdy.
Open.
I couldn't force that door open with my bare hands.
He's just too small. Let's talk to the locked door.
If there are any of you stinking, wretched fiends of the damned in there, could you open this door? It's not that I'm trying to escape or anything. It's just that I'd like to step outside and enjoy an adult beverage.
And you were probably a fully fledged adult now at this stage. Interestingly as well, with this game, like the two leads, Larry and Johnathan, had their work cut out for them, really. Like, how do you follow the end of Monkey Island 2? And like, what was Ron Gilbert really truly trying to say with the end of that second game? And I kind of really like that they do kind of go into it later on in the game, but they kind of just completely disregarded it and just like launched straight into the game. Guybrush, Elaine, LeChuck, they're back on their old adventures. You know, LeChuck is there again, and it's just kind of rip-roaring, swashbuckling time. It's the characters we love going on the adventures they normally go, you know? So I kind of liked that they just completely disregarded it in a way.
I see a diorama of the children of the world living in peace and freedom. No, wait. It can't be that. It's just too dark to make out what's in there.
Is it, Guybrush? Let's talk to Kyo.
If there are any of you rancid, evil, deviant hellspawn behind this door, you better watch out, because I'm breaking out of here.
Go on, Guybrush.
I don't have my lockpicking tools.
He has lockpicking tools? So yeah, as you can see, the coin verb, I actually think the coin verb, I really like it. I like the coin verb. I think it's simple. I think it looks great. And I think, like, it makes sense, you know? This is going to be use. This is look at. And this is talk to or eat or whatever. Like, it boils it down to what you need. Like, do we really need open and close as a verb? Like, I like the verbs, don't get me wrong. I like the 9 verb system. But realistically, at the end of the day, use is the verb to use the door. Like it's a given we know how to use the door. Doors open and close. That's kind of the only thing doors do, really. So it's like, why do we need those two separate verbs? And I think it's cool that they kind of did that with Full Throttle and then implemented it here into the Curse of Monkey Island. Now, the other thing I'm not mentioning is that we do have an inventory, because Monkey Island is inventory based, which I think is great. We've got helium balloons, which I presume are from our time at the carnival. Let's have a look at them.
They're very festive.
Or maybe are they the helium balloons that we used in order to go up that lift in Monkey Island 2? Did he hold on to them somehow? Let's use.
They're fun, but I need to use them with something else.
Okay. Let's inhale the helium balloons.
Oh, that's made my voice sound funny.
And I think that only lasts for a period
I've
of
got
time.
enough fiber in my diet already. That's too dark to see. Hello? Is there anybody in there who's not evil or dead?
There's no point in calling out. If there was anyone in there, they'd be some sort of minion of darkness.
A minion of darkness.
No one can hear me through this door.
I love
Only I
that.
could get it open.
I love the way his voice just kind of like ramps down slowly. It's very cool.
No one can hear me through
Okay.
this door. If only I could get it open.
Only Mr. Threepwood. Let's examine this
Great.
crate. Great. I love they brought that back. Like, I love that's a Guybrush ism. Just like whatever random thing is looks great. It's a great. All right, let's pick up the grate.
I can't reach it.
Oh yeah, I haven't even talked about look how tall and utterly skinny Guybrush is as well. This is another thing that has caused huge controversy about this game later on in time. Like, I know loads of people who think they just like how Guybrush looks in this game, but it is quite an unusual change. And funnily enough, in the manual actually of the Curse of Monkey Island, there is like they show the development of him, and you know he starts off really small, gets huge. Yeah, it's an interesting design, like, and again, it's just very cartoony and zany and fun. I didn't actually mention, I do actually now own the game on Big Box. I have it in the protective cover, but it's really nice to own it on Big Box as well. And I did do a video one time looking through my LucasArts collection, so do check that out on the channel if you're interested in seeing what I have. Let's talk to the grate.
There's nobody up there to hear me. Well, nobody friendly anyway.
Oh,
Great.
right, a ramrod. Let's have a look at it.
Looks like a ramrod for the cannon. I don't want to talk to the ramrod.
Oh. Cannonballs?
Nice, cannonballs.
Yeah.
Nah.
So, tell me, how sad are you that I'm not doing the voice acting anymore? Or are you happy?
They're too heavy to carry.
Okay. We will take the ramrod. Mary Poppins pants, like. Let's look at the cannon restraint.
It's the restraining rope for the cannon. I could never untie that big a knot.
Aw.
I couldn't chew through that.
Eat the rope. Let's look at the cannon.
Hey, it's one of those new self-loading cannons I've heard so much about. Nah.
Don't touch that!
Ooh, feisty little pirate. Small pirate.
I don't think I've ever seen a cuter pirate. If I rough him up, he may shoot me.
Right, let's have a look out this window.
I can't quite squeeze past this cannon.
Move out of the way! I can't fire that cannon with you standing there!
Let's look at the muzzle.
It's the muzzle of the cannon. I've got nothing to say.
Let's get into the cannon.
No.
Porthole.
There's a strange glow coming from that porthole. Can anybody down there hear me? I guess not. I can't reach it.
I can't reach it. Oh, another gun port.
It's another gun bay. I can't squeeze past this cannon to get over there. Hey! Is anyone over there?
I like that like he's screaming for people from like, hello, is there anybody out there? Can they help?
Brightly lit porthole. I can't reach it. Is there anyone down in the hold? I don't think anyone is there.
Right, okay. So let's try the ramrod on this. And that's how you do it. You drag it outside and then you have it as an object, which I think is cool.
The cannon's already loaded.
Actually, I suppose I should try the balloons, right?
No. I can't reach it. I can't squeeze past this cannon to get over there.
Okay. I just want, like, I'm just experimenting like I usually do just to see is there any kind of unique interactions. So let's try the ramrod with the grate.
The grate is solid wood. I can't push it open. That doesn't need to be loaded. 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 The ramrod is for the cannon, not the cannonballs. I can't use a balloon with that.
Let's get the balloon.
I don't think he'd like that.
I don't think he'd like it. What about this? Whoa.
Stand your distance. Any closer and it's curtains for you.
The small pirate looks familiar, right?
I don't think I've ever seen a cuter pirate.
Right, let's talk to him.
Stay away.
I'm Guybrush Threepwood. Who are you? Don't scare me, you mangy pirate. Hello, please don't kill me. Aren't you a little short for a pirate? I'm selling these fine leather jackets. I have to do it.
I'm selling these fine leather jackets.
Really?
No, I'm lying.
In that case, I don't want one.
Aw.
Well, sorry we couldn't make a deal.
Cross me again, and I'll chum for sharks with you.
Ooh.
Can I borrow your cannon for a second?
No, you scheming scalawag! You scrappy scofflaw! You steaming souffle!
Love it.
Wait a minute. You're not a pirate. Wally!
It's
Don't
Wally.
you recognize me? It's Guybrush Threepwood.
Oh, gee. Hello, Mr. Wood.
The last time I saw you, we were prisoners in LeChuck's dungeon. Why would you sign on with a ship of the living dead?
Well, Mr. Brush, at first I had some misgivings about it. But thanks to LeChuck's seminars, motivational lectures, and audio books on Parrot, I've become a vicious corsair. You can too. Ask me how.
Well, tell me how, Wally. I want to know. Audiobooks on Parrot, like. Do you have any literature I could look at? Okay.
Tell me about these seminars.
The seminars really brought things into focus. You don't know how empowering it is to be able to say to yourself, yes, I am a despicable, filthy, villainous pirate, deserving blame and censure, but that pirate is who I want to be. Everyone was really very supportive. We had this great feeling of synergy. Then LeChuck kicked down the door and said, "You lazy scum! Get back to work, or I'll beat you with your own legs!"
I love his beard, his fake beard that's hanging off his ears.
Tell me about these motivational lectures.
Well, they weren't lectures as such. It was what LeChuck described as flogging the inner child.
Sounds exciting.
Tell me about these audiobooks.
To become a pirate, the audio books on Parrot are the key. You get a set of 12 parrots on a month. Return as many as you like. Keep them all and live. They teach you to talk just like a pirate. All the key phrases are in there. Blow the man down. Shiver me timbers. Who's a pretty bird?
Aww.
All the phrases a pirate needs to command respect on the high seas.
Shiver me timbers, I love it.
Tell me more.
Here. This leaflet explains the basic philosophy I follow.
Set me free, Wally.
I can't, Mr. Brush. I'm the evil pirate Bloodnose now.
Aw.
Besides,
Blood nose.
even if you got up on deck, LeChuck would cut you to ribbons.
What's behind that door?
Ooh! That's the door to LeChuck's treasure hold. There's heaps and piles of gold and silver. He's brought all the loot he's ever stolen to give to Elaine. LeChuck is convinced that he can buy Elaine's love.
Yeah, you and me both, Guybrush. And that's not the type of woman you want anyway, if she's just looking for the gold. Okay.
What's behind that door again?
It's LeChuck's fabulous treasure hold.
What are LeChuck's plans?
He's been working on a secret weapon, some incredibly powerful cannonball. He's going to use it to blow down the walls of the fort, so his crew can overrun the island.
Snap out of it, Wally.
That's blood nose to you, you scurvy sea bass.
You're a failure as a pirate.
Shut your trap, you yellow-bellied blowfish. One more peep out of you, and I'll do you
I
in.
remember this. I love this. This is a great joke. One more peep out of you.
Peep.
You scabrous swab. One more word, and I'll let you have it.
It has to be.
Word.
That's it. I'm gonna blast you. I'm gonna... I can't do it. I just can't. You're right, Mr. Wood. I'm just not a pirate. I'm not ferocious or bloodthirsty or hateful or anything. I'm not even unpleasant. Oh.
Aww.
Oh, there.
There. Great song by Radiohead. Aww.
I don't think I've ever seen a cuter pirate. I don't want to disturb him. He's had a hard day.
Great music.
I don't want to slap the little guy around.
What if I give him a blue?
I don't think he'd like that.
Piracy, the LeChuck Way, Chapter 1. How to get more than 15 men on a dead man's chest. Chapter 2. Leg irons or flogging? The age-old question.
How many chapters do you think there are?
Chapter 3. Mermaids or manatees? Does it really matter?
Manatees became a thing in the Monkey Island series.
It's a copy of Piracy, the LeChuck Way.
Oh.
It's a copy of Piracy, the LeChuck Way. Nah. It's a copy of Piracy, the LeChuck Way.
Right, okay. Alright. Let's look at this. It's a plastic hook.
It's Wally's fake pirate hook.
Let's talk to it. Pig teeth with plastic hook.
It's not a toothpick. It's Wally's fake pirate hook. I don't need to wear a hook. I have 2 good hands.
Oh, he has 2 good hands. Right, so let's use the cannon. Right, and here we are. Here's one of the kind of first unusual little, what would you call them? I suppose they're arcadey sequences. So, whoops. I think.
Oi! You're getting a little close now, pal.
I think if you shoot.
That was me. Sorry.
Yeah, if you shoot the castle, Guybrush. Oh. Shoot the castle, Guybrush is like really sad, but.
Sorry about that.
But the fucking lads are. The skeletons are looking crazy.
Oops, my fault.
I love that. It's cool. Oh. Alright, nearly gonna get him. There they are.
Hi, inside you all.
Yeah, there we are. Last one.
You're gonna get us all killed.
Again! There we are. We've sorted out.
I'm getting pretty good at this.
Fair play, Guybrush. We've sorted out all the bad guys.
Gross. All the bones and stuff are floating towards the ship.
Okay, let's have a look. And ladies and gents, here we are.
Well, they've messed with the wrong skull this time. If I could just get my hands on that gunner. If I could just get my hands, period.
This is where we first get introduced to possibly one of.
Well, I guess I'll just side of this.
What bright side? One of the most interesting and funny characters from the Monkey Island series.
I've lost some weight.
At least I lost some weight. This is a talking skull.
There's not much to do out here when you're just a bodiless head.
There sure isn't. Let's have a look at this debris.
There's a skeletal arm floating in the water.
Okay.
Well, I can pass the time by whistling it.
It's a horrible skull.
A horrible skull.
This is so unfair.
I think it would bite me.
What about the arm?
Everybody's going to storm the fort, and I'm going to be stuck here.
Aww.
I can't reach that far.
So yeah, here we are. This is where we were first introduced to this talking skull, and we're going to talk to him now so we can learn his name. Can I call you Bob? I'm going to Guybrush Threepwood. Sorry about blasting your boat. Lose something? Okay, can I call you Bob?
Can I call you Bob?
You may call me Murray. I am a powerful demonic force. I am the harbinger of your doom, and the forces of darkness will applaud me as I stride through the gates of hell, carrying your head on a pike.
Stride?
All right, then roll. Roll through the gates of hell. Must you take the fun out of everything?
Oh, demonic talking skull Murray. Such a great character. Like, definitely one of the best things about this game, and one of the best things introduced to the Monkey Island series. A new original character called Murray, the talking skull. He's just so lovable. Like, he's so evil and wants to see death and destruction all around the world, and he wants to roll through the gates of hell with your head on a pike. But he's just so funny, like, and just so good. Deep down, he's a nice guy, I think.
You know, you look great with a melting candle on your forehead.
I get the feeling you're not taking me very seriously.
No, I am, really.
Really? Then let me hear you scream in terror.
I'm too petrified to say anything.
Ah.
He's got such a great life, life. He's got a great life. He's got a great laugh. Like fucking Denny Delk did a great job with Murray. Just so fun.
Why do you villains always laugh so much?
I wasn't laughing about anything in particular. Somewhere there's a fish nibbling on my foot, and it really tickles.
Aw, that's funny. I love the way as well you can hear the chattering of his teeth. Okay.
You're about as fearsome as a doorstop.
Is it a really evil-looking doorstop?
Never mind. How can you see without eyeballs?
How can you walk around without a brain? Some things no one can answer.
Well, at least now you never have to worry about what to wear.
Well, I suppose that's true.
And accessorizing is really easy.
That's also true. And I look good in hats.
There you go.
Yeah, you do look good in that.
Was your mother's father bald too?
I'm not bald. I just have a really high widow's peak.
I'm going now.
Good. Now leave me alone. I have a lot of scheming and evil plotting to do.
All from your little plank in the middle of the ocean.
It's a horrible skull.
Murray. Great character, Murray. Okay, so I'm going to use the ramrod on this.
That will reach it, but it can't catch hold.
Okay. And what about Murray?
Hey!
Oh. I think we just killed Murray. I feel really bad about that. Well, fairly obvious. Put the hook on the stick and then use the hook on the stick with the debris. There we go. We've got an arm and a sword, or a cutlass. Let's have a look at that.
It's a ramrod with a plastic hook stuck on the end. That doesn't look appetizing. I can't just use this by itself, Scraping a hook on that would be pointless.
Okay, let's have a look at this sword.
It's a sharp cutlass. That's a little large to pick my teeth with.
Pick your teeth.
I don't want to use this cutlass for no reason.
I love the way the skeletons were wearing armbands to help flotation devices to help them float.
Skeleton arm.
Yeah, with an armband.
Nah. It's all bony and creepy and stuff. I can't use the skeleton. I can't use the skeleton arm with that.
Okay. Right. Let's see if we can show any of these items to Wally. Scare him with the skeleton arm.
No.
No. Let's stab Wally.
I don't want to disembowel poor Wally.
Yeah, of course you don't.
The door's too strong for the cutlass to cut through. I never have been any good at lockpicking, but I am still a mighty pirate, believe you me.
I do
I
believe.
can't reach it. That doesn't need cutting. Even if I could cut it loose, it's too short and frayed to be of any use. I can't use the skeleton arm with that. 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 I can't use the skeleton.
Just trying all these things. Okay. Look. We want. Oh yeah, can I still just like shoot the cannon? Yeah. Okay. Well, I need to cut the restraint rope so that the cannon is no longer restrained.
Haha! Taste cold steel, feeble cannon restraint rope.
So good. Right, and of course we're going to use the cannon now. Okay, goodbye, Wally.
Now, with the demon flames of this voodoo cannonball, I'll blast my significant other into the significant other world. That'll show her how much I truly care.
Wow.
Neptune's navel, that was a close one.
The truck is literally a pair of boots.
Hey, I lost my cutlass when the ship capsized.
Like, here is a screen now I haven't seen in what feels like forever. Like, look, a portrait.
It's LeChuck in all his glory. Nah. I see more than enough of him already.
In your lifetime.
No, if only I could find a way to get up there and get out. Hey, can anybody lower a rope? I can't climb my way up there.
What about the skeleton arm?
I can't use the skeleton arm.
What about the balloons? Will they help me float out?
I can't use a balloon with that. A
teddy bear.
It's stabbed through the heart. Cute and yet sinister. The bear's too big to carry around, and the sword's a fake plastic one.
Aw. Home appliances.
A beautiful high-capacity washer and dryer combination. I'd have no place to plug them in.
Oh.
Nah.
Talk to the teddy.
Nah.
Oh.
Chocolate-covered barnacles, marshmallow hooks, sea urchins, glass eyes. Ugh.
Yeah, but that's cool.
Yeah, that stuff is disgusting, even for a pirate.
Eat them.
Nah.
No. Marry me or die.
Marry me or die. Touching.
What is music box?
It's got a zombie ballerina.
A zombie ballerina.
Nah.
Nah. Pick up the reed.
I don't know. That seems kind of creepy.
What about
It got broken when the ship capsized.
a flotation device?
I hate to think what that comb's been through.
Unused comb?
I think LeChuck needs it more than I do. Nah.
A flotation device.
I don't even want to know what LeChuck's plans were for that.
I love the little sheen over all those when it kind of glints. Yeah, look. That's really cool. It kind of glints from this side over. Ah, that's class. A record collection.
Hey, it's the Songs for Undead Lovers collection.
Pick it up.
Now, my hi-fi is broken, and it's impossible to find a quadraphonic needle anywhere in the Caribbean.
A quadraphonic needle.
Nah.
A champagne bottle.
It's a bottle of sparkling formaldehyde. Good year, too.
Formaldehyde, yuck.
No.
Chateau Embalm.
No. Hey, I can see the ocean floor. And there's a really angry-looking skull floating around out there.
I think that's Murray.
That's not the kind that opens. Nah.
Home appliances, portrait. What else do we have? Unsanitary lucre.
It's the biggest pile of treasure I've ever seen.
Pick it up.
It's bad luck to grab booty under a ladder. Nah.
Talk. Oh yeah, there's a ladder.
Because the ship is capsized, this ladder goes to nowhere.
But so where did... Oh yeah, okay.
Because the ship is capsized, this ladder goes to nowhere. Nah.
Talk to ladder. There's a bag.
It's a bag of wooden nickels. Some treasure. Nah.
Go on, I'll pick them up.
Hey, there's a big diamond ring behind this bag.
Let's look at the bag of wooden nickels.
It's a bag of wooden nickels.
Need them?
Nah.
Okay, I've got a bag of wooden nickels, and is that a flotation device?
I don't even want to know what LeChuck's plans were for that. No self-respecting pirate would be seen wearing that. Nah.
Am I missing anything in this room? Music box. Teddy bear. Portrait. Home appliances. Record collection. No, I don't think so. Okay, let's pick up the ring. Or let's look at the ring.
It's a diamond ring.
Talk to me.
Nah.
Okay, pick up the ring. A diamond. Well, diamond cuts glass and steel, right? Sure does.
Guybrush? Guybrush! I thought I'd lost you forever. Is it really you?
Yes, Elaine. Did you really mean what you said out there? That I was the only man you ever loved?
Well, yes, Guybrush, I guess I did.
Elaine, I'm a man of action. A swashbuckler, a rogue, a wanderer, a man who can hold his breath for 10 minutes. I have no ties and no regrets. I sail with the wind and go where adventure takes me. But somehow, something always leads me...
Guybrush, stop babbling.
Elaine, will you marry me?
Oh, Guybrush.
Oh. Wally? You're alive!
That was a bit of the...
But how did you survive the explosion?
I was thrown
That was a
clear.
bit of a romance.
I'm just lucky I wasn't wearing
theme.
my seatbelt. Wow, Elaine, that's some ring.
Thank you, Wally. It's an engagement ring from Guybrush.
Hey, that looks just like the big diamond ring LeChuck had in his treasure hold. You know, the one with that ghastly, disfiguring voodoo curse on it. Well, I'm sure Guybrush wouldn't have given you that ring. Anyway, I gotta be going. I hear there's a tattoo removal place on this island that's Freckles safe. See you at the wedding.
Guybrush!
Oh no. Part 2, the curse gets worse. Look at her, gleaming in gold and Guybrush in.
Oh no! Elaine? Oh, she's not gonna be happy about this.
Oh no, she's not. Here we are, yet another screen I haven't actually gotten to just look at. So when you look at the moving water, it's so nice.
That fort has seen better days.
Talk to Fort.
Nah.
Pick up Fort.
No.
Oh, poor Elaine.
It's Elaine. I've got to change her back somehow.
Interestingly as well, with this game, they kind of made it like Elaine be more into Guybrush. Like previously, she kind of had the feeling of like Guybrush was like her younger brother or something, as opposed to like a love interest. And it is actually a point that Ron has brought up a couple of times, Ron Gilbert that is, where he's kind of said like Elaine and Guybrush should have never really gotten together, and that's the one thing about this game where she's kind of way more in love with Guybrush, and Guybrush is obviously in love with her, and he just thinks that that's not what Elaine would be like. But then again, it's as we said, it's kind of like a revival, and it's kind of taking the series in a new direction anyway. So like I think it's cool. It's very Disney, of course, like, you know.
It's Elaine. I've got to change her
Pick her
back
up.
somehow. She must weigh a ton. No offense.
No offense.
Hey, I wonder how many carrots she... No, bad idea. Elaine? Honey? You okay? Can I get you anything?
Oh god.
I'll just start lifting that pirate curse then, huh?
Yes, you do that.
I'll just start lifting that pirate curse then, huh?
Yeah. Let's get in there.
I don't think she'd like that. I don't think she'd...
Okay.
The Long John Silver Center for the Performing Arts presents Spear.
Okay.
Nah.
Pick it up.
No.
Jesus, just seeing these screens again, like.
It says, "Welcome to Puerto Pollo from the Plunder Island Poultry Brotherhood."
Puerto Pollo, so that's the island we're on.
Nah. No.
Okay, let's walk back this direction, see what else is around. I hear a chicken. Oh, look, a chicken. A feral chicken.
Ahoy! I don't think so. It's an informative plaque put up by the Plunder Island Naturalist Society.
Okay.
Plunder Island feral chicken. One of Plunder Island's most common fauna and the animal for which our capital of Puerto Pollo is named.
Oh yeah, of course. Polo being chicken.
No. It looks dangerous. Yo.
Yo.
Hi. Hi.
Chickens. So yeah, it's cool that all this...
I don't think so.
Yeah, not a happy chicken.
I don't think she'd like that.
Oh, it's a she, of course.
I don't think she'd like that.
A bridge.
The bridge is uncrossable. That's just as well. There's nothing interesting in the fort anyway. Nah. No.
Yeah. A glowing ember.
It's a glowing ember left over from the battle. I haven't done that old sideshow routine in years.
We're not going to swallow it anyway. Okay, let's pick up the glowing ember.
Ouch!
Ooh. He's literally holding a glowing ember, which is glowing, as you can see, in his pants.
Ouch! It's a glowing ember left over from the battle. I haven't done that old sideshow routine in years.
You would miss doing the voice acting, but, you know, look, Dominic is a far superior voice actor than me, and he does a great job. Right. Oh, voodoo markings.
Mysterious.
I wonder who put these voodoo markings here.
No.
Right. So there's the fort, and here we are on the island again. Beautiful screen, like. So what do we have? We've got a question mark. I like that. They put question marks on all these places that we actually don't know where they are as of yet. Right, that's a town. That looks like some kind of beach. So the fort is there. And there doesn't seem to be anything else anywhere like that. And there's kind of like a dark side of the island and a light side. Let's go to here, this thing. Looks like a swamp. Oh. Look, it's Murray.
Boo!
Ah!
Oh, it's just you again.
Just your most terrifying image of evil revisited.
Yeah, right.
I bring you warning from the infernal realms. Do not go farther into the swamp. Turn back. Turn back. Darkness will envelop you.
The clicking of his jaw, it just adds so much comedy. I love this piece of music as well. The music in this game is incredible. It's incredible. This soundtrack is worth listening to on its own. This episode is going to be so long because what I'm going to do is I'm going to introduce myself around town to all the people. I'm going to talk to some people and then we're going to leave it there. That's what we're going to do today. And apologies for this episode being longer, but it's just, you know, I'm getting back into the series and starting off again, checking it out. So, anyway.
How'd you get all the way up there?
Through sheer force of will.
Uh-huh.
All right, it was a bunch of those weird voodoo kids. They found me on shore and put me on top of this spike all the time thinking they were so funny.
Voodoo kids?
Do you need me to help you down?
Help! I need no help from you foolish mortals. I am Murray, the all-powerful demonic skull.
Okay, just thought I'd ask.
No.
Don't get me wrong, I do appreciate the offer.
He does appreciate it though.
What are you doing up there?
I am standing as a testament,
Standing?
hanging as a testament to the power of the forces of evil that will one day claim victory over the entire earth.
Okay. I believe you.
How long are you gonna keep doing that?
As long as it takes.
Must get pretty dull up there, I suppose.
Never! The powers of darkness are never dull. We will one day prove that... Oh, who am I trying to fool? I'm bored out of my skull. Figuratively speaking, of course.
You seem restless.
Oh, I don't know. It's just that not many people come through this swamp.
What would you rather be doing?
I need to be out among the lesser people, terrifying them and causing pain and misery.
That would make you happy?
Yes, happy in a dark, demonic way.
Do you know anything about lifting curses?
Oh, right. I know a lot about lifting curses. That's why I'm a disembodied talking skull, sitting on top of a spike in the middle of a swamp.
You seem bitter.
I'm sorry, it's been a rough day.
I'd love to stay and chat, but
Aw.
I gotta go.
Yeah, he's had a rough day. He's lost his body. He got dumped in a river by Guybrush. Is this his arm?
Hey, Murray, remember this?
I'd still appreciate it if I could have that back.
What would you do with it without your collarbone?
Oh, never mind.
Aw. I like Murray. He's good.
I don't think he'd like that.
What about balloons?
I don't think he'd like that.
What about literature and
I
stuff?
don't think he'd like...
What about a bag of nickels?
I don't think he'd like that. It's my pal from LeChuck's ship.
Aw. At least he considers him his pal. A bovine skull.
No. Nah.
Right, so we're in a swamp. There's a capsized ship up in a boat on a tree, actually. Sorry. Can I pick up Murray? I don't think I can.
I don't know if I want to carry him around. He's kind of annoying.
No, he's not. Carry him around.
I think he wants to be alone right now.
Oh. Okay, let's have a look at this very interesting boat.
Oh, it looks like it was thrown here by a typhoon.
Pick it up.
No.
Don't.
Nah.
Okay. So we're going to go into this boat, I presume. Jesus Christ, it's like a rush of nostalgia when you see these screens, and it's just like, I'm looking at them now with extreme careful eyes, like detail, that I wouldn't have looked at them in the same way when I was a kid. The art is incredible in this game. It's really quite beautiful. Paste.
It's a bottle of paste.
Should I pick it up? Eat it.
I'm not that hungry.
Pick it up. Bottle of paste.
It's a bottle of paste. I need something to put the paste on.
Oh. I put paste on a skeleton arm.
It's a skeleton arm with paste all over it.
A toy scissors. It's a scissors.
Nah,
Why not pick it up?
I don't want those dull little scissors.
Why? I want them. A voodoo doll.
How cute. A paper voodoo doll. Nah,
Pick it up.
I don't need it. It's just a toy. It's a paper voodoo doll. I don't need it. It's just a toy.
There's a pin.
It's a voodoo pin. No, I have a
Lick.
very low threshold of...
Lick pen. Lick pin. Oh.
What a relief.
Who is that?
I'm sure it won't do anything. After all, it's just a paper voodoo doll.
Well, this voodoo doll is clearly fucking attached to somebody. Just seeing so many screens. Too many screens. A gumball machine.
Admiral Sweetum's Bit O Jerky Bubblegum. 5 cents.
Bit of jerky.
I have to get the gum out of the machine first. I'm no vandal. I'm a pirate.
Okay. And the wooden nickels work?
Wow, I got a whole pack of gum.
They do. Bit o jerky.
Bit O Jerky Bubblegum.
He's... Oh,
Tastes like sirloin.
interesting. Imagine a meaty tasting piece of chewing gum. So, how strange.
Oh, I don't need a new stick. My old one still has some flavor left. This gum feels squishy.
Oh.
It's some pre-chewed meat-flavored gum.
Okay. An alligator.
It's a big stuffed alligator with an unusually long tongue.
Oh. Who are you, and how did you just appear like that? Don't I know you from somewhere? Boy, have I got some stories to tell you. Nice place. I love what you do in this place. What I like about this is that, like, if you're a first-time player of The Curse of Monkey Island, which a lot of people would have been, considering how long it was in between, you know, the 5 or 6 years in between, that they have kind of set it up as if this could be your entry point into the series. And I know a lot of people that, like, they've only played this game, and I know a lot of people that their entry point into the series was this game. So, like, they wouldn't have a clue that that's the voodoo lady, and they wouldn't know the meaning behind the fact that she is the voodoo lady. So they're given the option to ask, who are you, and how did you just appear like that? And don't I know you from somewhere? So, like, and then they're also giving you, if you already know, boy, have I got some stories to tell you. So, like, you get the option to learn who she is, or just kind of probably gloss over that. Like, I should save it and try out these and just see what it's like. Voodoo do. Okay, so
Who are you, and how did you just appear like that?
I am one gifted with a second sight, adept at manipulating the forces of nature for the benefit of all who enter my door.
You're a fashion consultant.
Well, yes, but that's not what I was referring to. I am a voodoo priestess.
Neat.
You're an autumn, by the way.
what? An autumn.
Don't I know you from somewhere?
We have known each other for a very long time, Guybrush Threepwood. You've been through much, so it is understandable that you have forgotten me. We met on Melee Island when you were first trying to become a pirate.
Hang on a second. Are we gonna do one of those flashback things? They always make me nauseous.
No, I'll make this quick. I twice helped you defeat the evil pirate LeChuck, first by preparing the voodoo antidote,
I'm starting to remember.
and then again by helping you prepare a voodoo doll of his zombie foe.
That's right. You've helped so much, and I still don't know your name.
I am known by many names on many different islands. But names have little importance. You should know this more than anyone, Guybrush Threepwood.
Yes, you're right. Hey, are you making fun of me?
I wouldn't dream of it.
I like the voodoo lady. She's cool.
Boy, have I got some stories to tell you.
Stories? Yes, well, I'm sensing a great disturbance. I have to go.
But I've got to tell you about LeChuck and Elaine.
I'm going to disappear now in a big flash of light. Cover your eyes.
No, wait. It started back on Dinky Island. I knew LeChuck was close.
I'll be disappearing here any moment.
Okay, no stories.
Aw.
Nice place. I love what you've done with it.
Thank you. You'll have to excuse the mess. The kids came over to play with their paper voodoo dolls. They're adorable children. Would you like to see some pictures?
No. Please, no. For the love of all that is good and holy, no.
Perhaps.
Yes, there's no time for that now. I sense that something terrible has happened.
You're not wrong.
Hey, you're good. Something terrible has happened. I finally proposed to Elaine.
Congratulations. That doesn't sound so terrible.
And when I placed the engagement ring on her hand, she was placed under a horrible pirate curse and trapped for eternity as a solid gold statue.
Oh, that explains it. I was struck with a wave of overwhelming hatred and anger.
Yeah, that LeChuck was a pretty mean guy.
I was talking about Elaine.
No, there's no time to worry about that now. We have to hurry.
Do not panic, Guybrush. She will be safe until we can break the curse. You only have to worry about her being stolen. Where did you hide her?
I just remembered something.
Hide her?
You didn't hide her? She's a solid gold statue on an island full of pirates. What were you thinking? Go, Guybrush, hurry, before you're too late.
Elaine!
And there's a ship.
I've got to get her back. This is so embarrassing. Looks like I'm gonna need some more help.
Silly goose.
Someone's stolen Elaine.
That is unfortunate. It will be difficult to get her back.
Do you know who kidnapped her?
Not for certain, but I suspect that it's the mangy pirates anchored in Danger Cove.
Can you give me something to lift the curse?
No, LeChuck's curse is a very powerful one. Fueled by his anger and his intense frustration in dealing with the opposite sex. I have nothing here to lift so powerful a curse, but there is one way.
Great, tell me.
You have to replace the cursed ring with a pure one of greater or equal value.
It has to be of equal value.
Guideline is 2 months' salary.
Where am I going to find a huge, uncursed diamond ring? I had no idea this curse stuff was so complicated. Isn't there a more budget-conscious way to lift this curse?
Isn't there a more budget-conscious way to lift this curse?
You should be able to do it with virtually no out-of-pocket expense.
Perfect. How?
Legends speak of a whopping big diamond ring on Blood Island.
Blood Island? I've never heard of it.
You will soon become quite familiar
I
with it.
love that she's throwing that stuff.
You must be careful, Guybrush. I have foreseen that your journey will be filled with peril and deception. I have also seen that Blood Island will be the place where you will die.
Die? Did you say die? As in me? Dead? And you're saying this is a place I should go?
Uh-huh.
So, any huge uncursed rings on any other islands?
No. The value of the ring on Blood Island comes from its emotional significance. It represents a pure, true love, a power greater than any other.
Oh, that's sweet. I think I have something in my eye.
Do not mock the voodoo priestess.
You have to come with me. Well, how will I find the ring on Blood Island?
Blood Island sounds dangerous. You have to come with me.
No, I cannot. I have lived on 3 different islands in the past 6 years. I do not wish to travel anymore. Besides, this derelict is still in escrow.
Escrow? What does escrow mean? Who will explain away gaping plot holes? I wonder what they're referencing there. Who will be the game's only female character? That's a good joke. That's really ahead of its time, that joke.
But who will explain away gaping plot holes? You've got to come. You're my only hope.
No, Guybrush. There is another.
How do I get to Blood Island?
You will need 3 things. A map to Blood Island, for the journey is a long and dangerous one. A seaworthy ship to take you there. And an experienced crew.
Classic.
Map, ship, and crew. Got it. Well, how will I find the ring on Blood Island?
All I can say is that I see a long and painful history connected with that ring. And I feel a great sadness associated with it. You will learn more once you have actually found the island.
Blood Island, here I come. I finally defeated LeChuck and his skeleton pirates.
Yep.
True evil can never be destroyed completely.
But I heard him blow up and everything.
You'd be surprised at how much abuse an evil undead zombie pirate can take.
I finally found Big Whoop and was enormously disappointed.
Big Whoop is pure evil. You were lucky to escape alive.
Probably were.
I can't remember much about it. Just that I was expecting so much more and felt so let down.
Yes, it is the source of much of LeChuck's power.
A big whoop.
I'm never going back there again.
I have foreseen otherwise. You will return to Big Whoop and confront LeChuck once again.
Right. It's interesting that they're talking about it this early. I don't remember that. I suppose, again, I played this after I played 2, but I just didn't really... Because this game kind of only glosses over it a bit every now and then, up until later on in the game, like, I just kind of took this as its own separate thing, I think, as a kid, you know?
Well, how can I finally destroy him for good?
No one knows. His power seems to grow with every incarnation. You may have dealt with him for now, but this respite can only be temporary at best.
What makes you think LeChuck will be back?
Some men can search their entire lives and never discover their reason for being. LeChuck has found his, to perpetually rise from the dead and torment you and Elaine. It's what he does best.
Gee, when you put it that way, it's kind of hard to stay mad at him. Who did you say kidnapped Elaine?
I suspect it was the work of the pirates anchored in Danger Cove.
Who are these pirates?
No one knows. But people speak of strange, almost inhuman screams coming from their ship late into the night.
Creepy.
And their captain is a cruel, savage beast, the fiercest pirate ever to sail the Caribbean.
Where's Danger Cove?
It is on the west side of the island. The way is extremely treacherous.
Okay.
Few men have seen Danger Cove and lived.
Figures.
So I need to get to Danger Cove.
This is gonna be complicated, isn't it?
You have no idea.
What's that?
Oh, I said good luck.
Well, they're gonna regret messing with my girlfriend. Danger Cove, huh? You might want to stay indoors. This could get messy. What island is this, anyway?
You have landed on Plunder Island.
Plunder Island. Sounds appropriately piratey.
Very piratey.
Naturally. It's a sort of retirement community for ex-pirates and their spouses.
Sounds exciting.
Lately, there has been all too much excitement on the island. All centering around Governor Marley, LeChuck, and a giant chicken.
Elaine is governor of this island, too?
Actually, Elaine is the governor of the entire Tri-Island area, comprised of Melee, Booty, and Plunder Island. She moved to her fort here on Plunder after the kitchen and landscaping staff quit her Booty Island mansion.
That's a good little retcon, I suppose, in a way. That she's the governor of the Tri-Island area.
Well, how did you end up on Plunder Island?
I realized that my location in the swamp on Scab Island wasn't ideally situated.
So you moved to a swamp on a different island?
I just said I could see the future. I never claimed to be an expert in real estate.
What about this giant chicken business?
Ah, yes, Skybrush. You have landed on an island gripped by the cold, clammy hand of fear.
Don't you think you're being a bit overdramatic?
This was a peaceful island until the great beast landed on our shores. Some say it was sent to make the islanders pay for their cruelty. Others claim it was simply blind fate. Whatever the impetus, it came.
The infamous bear pig of Plunder Island. Is this really scary? A giant chicken? What came?
What? I'm not even at the scary part yet.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
It was El Pollo Diablo, the giant demon chicken. Tall as a man and twice as powerful, his massive drumsticks propelling through the dark jungle with ease. No one has seen the beast, but on the eve of the full moon, his blood-curdling squawk can be heard from every corner of this wretched island. In the dark of night, he roosts patiently, watching, waiting for the one day.
No, wait. Don't tell me. Let me guess.
He's hatching a diabolical scheme. He's establishing a new pecking order. He's gonna buck this system. He's crossing the road to freedom, go on.
He's hatching a diabolical scheme.
He roams the island, exacting terrible vengeance on those who would capture and eat his smaller brethren.
Oh, give me a break.
There were once others like you, skeptical to the true nature of the beast. But they're all dead now, pecked into a bloody pulp by his savage beak. But I'm sure you have nothing to worry about.
Yeah, right, whatever. Thanks, I've heard all I needed to know.
Yeah, right, whatever. Okay.
I want to know what voodoo spell you're working on.
Voodoo spell? Oh, this. This is just a fondue I'm making for tonight. Would you like to try it?
Does it have any skink toes in it?
A few.
I'll pass.
Thinking of fondue.
I want to know more about safe hair replacement systems.
What?
I can imagine. Didn't you have a beard the last time I saw you?
I sure did. A really cool one. I wonder what happened to it.
I want to know more about a diet.
I want to know more about a diet I can live with.
I'll share with you knowledge passed from mother to daughter in my family for generations.
Generations.
What's that?
Low fat, high fiber. It works.
A variable rate mortgage.
I want to know more about variable rate mortgages.
Bad idea. Though attractive to the first-time homeowner, the rate reacts wildly to fluctuations in the market and can work against the buyer over time. You're best off starting with a 20% down payment and a variable rate mortgage, then refinancing at a fixed rate after 1 or 2 years as the market warrants.
Could you repeat that?
No.
I want to know more about a career in TV and VCR.
I want to know more about a career in TV and VCR repair.
So you want to make more money?
Sure, we all do.
Stick to pirating.
A dated joke about VCR repair, huh?
Yeah, but I want to know more about the Aztec god, Quetzalcoatl.
Really sweet guy, not at all as bloodthirsty as they make him out to be. Shorter than you might think.
Thanks for your help. Gotta go.
Okay, well, this episode has gone on very long. I don't want to keep you any longer today. I think that's probably a good place to leave it because we've kind of gotten all the kind of story stuff out of the way. So we know now that Elaine has been cursed by the ring. She's solid gold, but she's also been stolen by a ship which is situated now in Danger Cove on the west side of Puerto Polo. We've learned about the big chicken that is haunting the dreams and nighttime on the island. And also, we need to get a crew, a map, and a boat in order to go to Blood Island to get a ring to save Elaine. And we also need to get Elaine herself as well from that pirate on the Danger Cove. That scary sounding pirate. So next time we're going to go into the town. We're going to meet some of the characters around the town, and we might go out to that little beach area as well and see what's out there. So thank you very much for joining me on my first episode here. I'm going to save the game on my first episode of The Curse of Monkey Island. It's so nice to be back again. Leaving it there. It's so nice to be back again in the world of Monkey Island, and I hope you enjoyed the episode. Maybe some of you enjoyed the length, it being a bit longer. But the next episodes will be shorter. It's just because I obviously had my little history thing which went on a bit longer than usual. And, I played about an hour and a bit there. So, the episodes will be back to normal length after this episode as per usual. I love that. He's got a little idle animation. Anyway, ladies and gents, my name is Dangerous Lee. I salute you all and thank you very much for joining me on this first episode of The Curse of Monkey Island. I hope you enjoyed it. Goodbye.